my name is Susie, and this is a short instructional video on how to make preemie hats like these on a loom for organizations like my organization, Hats for Hope, which provides preemie baby hats to neonatal intensive care units, not only to put warmth on the baby's head, but to give hope and comfort to the parents of those babies, just to give them something handmade. So let's begin. So to make a preemie hat, you really only need about 5 materials. Your loom, which has 24 pegs, is about 5.5 inches in diameter for a preemie hat. You need some yarn. Either you can use one strand of baby cloud, something thick like that, or you can use 2 strands of regular 4-ply yarn, which is what I'm going to be doing. A ball like this, 2 of those will make a preemie hat just nicely. You're going to be using them together. And then you need a pair of scissors, a plastic needle, which normally comes with a kit, and this piece as well that comes with the kit. So now you're ready to make a hat. All right, so to begin, you're going to take your 2 strands and put them in a loose loop like this, and you're going to put them on this outside peg and pull them tight. All right, so I go clockwise. A lot of people go counterclockwise. You can do whichever one feels most comfortable to you. So you're going to take your strand, and the basic step is to go under and over each one of these pegs. So you're going to wrap each one of them, going under and then over each one of them. Okay, under, over, under, over. And for this first line, you probably want to keep it closer to the bottom of your loom so that this next step is a little bit easier. So just keep going, under, over, under, over. All right. So just like that, and I just use my thumb to help me so my yarn doesn't slip off the pegs or unravel quite as easily. So just keep doing that, under, over. Now you have one line completely on the loom. Now you're going to do a second line more at the top of the peg so that you have 2 distinct lines in on your loom. So just keep doing that under and over motion on each peg. Now, most people take about 45 minutes to an hour when they're starting to make a hat, but you can easily get that down to about half an hour. Now you're going to take this yarn and put it on the outside of the peg just to hold it tight while you're doing this next step. So this is when this comes into play. You're going to take the bottom line closest to the base of the loom, take it up and over the top completely. Now these first ones are going to be really tight, so you just want to loosen them a little bit just so you can get one of them off. There we go. So you're going to take it, one more, up and over completely off. Now we're going to go back and finish up. So up and over, up and over. So once you do that first line, it gets much easier for the rest of the hat. So just keep going up, over, up and over. All right, so that's your second step. First step was wrapping all the pegs. Second step is taking the bottom line up and over and off. All right, and so now you've got them all done. Now you only have one line on the loom, and you're going to take your thumbs, push them all the way down to the base of the loom again. This is going to create that first line that you made during your first step. And you're going to take your line off of this outside peg so that it's just attached to your hat, and do that first wrapping of pegs again on the top of the peg so that you have 2 distinct lines again. All right, so do that. Now then you're going to do your second step, taking this bottom piece up and over, and you're going to push them all down. So just repeat this step many times, and I'll show you the next piece of making a hat. All right, so after you've done a good number of lines on this hat, what you're going to do is you can see that this is kind of pulling a little bit on the hat, and it's just in your way now. It was there just to hold your yarn for a little while, but now we can take it off. All right, so what you're going to do is you're going to use your fingers or this little piece to get underneath there and just untie this knot. You're actually going to take the bottom and pull this right out. And you can do this now or later, but you can take it and just tie it off as close to the hat as possible. And then just snip off that extra. So what you can see now You can just tuck that in, but you can see the bottom of your hat forming. This is the brim, and you're going to be closing it up top. And so I'm going to do a few more lines, so just continue with your 3-step. I'm going to do more lines, and then I'm going to show you how to finish your hat. All right, now that you've done quite a few more lines, you're ready to finish the hat. And a couple ways that you can figure out if you're ready to do that: use your fist and put it up underneath here. If your hat reaches your wrist, then you're good to go. Also, you can use this little tool and see if it measures just about the length, which this one does, so we're ready to go. So what you're going to do is you're going to take yarn about a foot, maybe a foot and a half if you need, or if you're just learning, and cut it off. So you're done with that yarn, and you're done with this tool as well. So now you need your little plastic needle, and all you're going to do is thread your plastic needle, so it needs a pretty good size eye, and just pull a little tail and hold it tight. So what you're going to do, I always start to the right of this outside peg, and just put your needle in there, take it off, and pull it all the way through. And it does get stuck on some of the pegs. It's not the easiest thing. So now this peg has no yarn on it at all. So just go through, take it off, and pull it all the way through. Go through, take it off, pull it all the way through. And you're just going to keep doing that all the way around. So it's basically creating a drawstring bag that you're going to tighten and close up the top of your hat. All right, so now we're back to the last couple. So this is the last one. I'm going to take it off, and now you're actually completely done with your loom. Pull that last one through, and now you can see you have this big, huge gaping hole that you want to close up. And it takes a little bit of wiggling, but just close it up as tight as possible. And just be wary, sometimes your hat, if you don't have really tough yarn, you could snap it, and just know there's a way to fix that. So now you have it all tight, closed up, but you do want to do a couple top stitches just to finish it off. So just take your needle, go in one side, out the other, about an inch or so, pull it through, but not all the way through, and use that loop to just kind of tie it down a little bit, just tighten it. And do that maybe twice. That's all you need. Just go through again and tighten it. All right. So, and then just to finish it off, you're going to take your needle and go through straight the top of the hat and pull it inside out. Pull all the way through, and you can actually take your needle off. You're done with that. And you're just going to tie it as close as possible to the hat, just like we did before. Tight, tight. Do maybe 2, just to be safe. All right, then use your scissors, clip it off, and you are finished with your hat. Once again, these hats are for organizations like Hats for Hope, and my organization, Hats for Hope. You can find us on Facebook if you want to get involved.